Hello and namaste to our viewers. My name is Sana Sheikh with S4 Media, reporting from the Harvard India Conference today. We're diving into the world of venture capital, drone technology, and hydrogen technology today. Joining us is Mr. Deepanshu Pattanayak, Principal at B Capital Group, Mr. Ankit Mehta, CEO of IdeaForge, and Dr. Chock Karuppaiah, Chief of Science and Technology Officer at Omnium International. Welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us today. So, Mr. Pattanayak, I'll start with you. B Capital has been actively investing in high-growth startups across various sectors in India. So we'd love to hear your insights on how the firm approaches investments and the key trends shaping the startup ecosystem today.
Sure. I think as a global multi-stage fund, I feel we constantly are on the lookout for what is changing in the field of where the disruption is happening primarily, I would say, right? So, as an example, in the last 18 months, AI has been what everyone has been focused on. So, naturally, that becomes something that you also see, a lot of interest being there from the fund side. It also kind of marries the kind of talented founders, really experienced folks we're seeing coming out and build, and also that is something which I believe is where our investors and LPs would want us to be spending our time. So it kind of is a combination of the three. You would see where the market tailwinds are, where the technology disruption is happening, where we are seeing the right kind of founders coming out and build. And as a fund, our strategy always is to be founder first, because eventually it is the founders who are going to take the company all the way. It's someone you're signing up for, not just a 1 or 2 year partnership, but it's a 7 to 10 year, even longer partnership. So a lot of it is just the combination of these forces and how we go about deciding where to invest.
Absolutely. And speaking of the right type of founders, we have Mr. Mehta right here. So, Mr. Mehta, with your drone technology, for aspiring entrepreneurs looking to enter deep tech and aerospace, what advice would you give them?
So I think what has happened is that in many of these technology areas, getting into the domain has become very easy because you have a large open source ecosystem which creates a lot of easy to use technology modules that can be brought together to do something. And there are far too many people doing that out there. So I think what is going to be very important for the next phase of people coming into the domain is to either pick up specific areas to solve really important and deep problems in, or to do the same activity in a differentiated fashion. Otherwise, for the ecosystem, it is a race to the bottom. Insofar as customer is concerned, they are not getting anything new, better, because we are at very early stages of this technology space, and in these early times, if our only focus is cost, we are not building to solve the customer problem to the best extent possible. So I think my advice to people in aerospace and drones is always that build something differentiated so that it brings disproportionate value to the end consumer.
That's wonderful. And Mr. Karuppaiah, green hydrogen is gaining momentum as a key player in the transition to clean energy. We'd love to hear your insights on how Omnium International is contributing to this shift and the role of hydrogen in the global energy landscape right now.
Be happy to. Very glad to be here. So, Omnium International is a company that's focused on hypermodular system for generating hydrogen. So typically green hydrogen plants tend to be project specific or chemical plants. We are changing the paradigm and saying that it has to be an appliance based model where the products get tested in the factory and they land, you connect them, you plug and play, right? So we are moving that paradigm shift from a chemical process plant to a product based approach. So that's one of the key differentiator of Omnium International through our hypermodular system. In terms of the hydrogen impacting the green hydrogen impacting the energy landscape, so when you look at hydrogen, unfortunately people immediately go to the cars.
Right.
That's just one application. So the key application is in the industrial. When you look at fertilizers today, ammonia synthesis for fertilizer, steel manufacturing, cement manufacturing. All of these use hydrogen from natural gas, which emit carbon dioxide, which is not good for our planet. So through this green hydrogen, where you utilize renewable electricity, solar and wind, you can generate that hydrogen, and then it's a chemical energy feed and a raw material feed for the chemical industry and the industrial. The second stage is the long range transportation, trucks, trains, ships, airplanes, all of that. The third pillar is the long duration energy storage, where you make hydrogen while the sun shines, use it in the winter. So that's how it will impact the energy landscape.
Wow. And how do you see hydrogen competing with or, complementing other energy sources that you just spoke about?
Yeah, so I always say it's a portfolio approach. No single solution fits for all the needs. So for example, if you are driving 500 miles, the batteries make the perfect sense because the energy in and the energy out, you only lose 10% of that through battery technology. So the battery is one of the key aspects. And when you look at the power quality in the electrical grid, batteries again make sense, both lithium batteries, but also other technologies like flow battery system. When the range or the duration increases, the hydrogen comes in. So that's how it fits.
Wow. Thank you so much. And thank you all three for joining us today with S4 Media. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.